In the aftermath of the recent attacks at the Magdeburg Christmas market, Sky News has drawn heavy criticism for its conservative and unbalanced coverage of the events, especially regarding the background of the attacker and the portrayal of the subsequent protests. In today's video, we will be directing the disgrace that is Sky News following this incident. Not only that, but we will also go over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we do have t-shirts available on our website. We have stuck Farmer and Make Britain Great Again ones. Make sure you check the link in the description or go to britishstand.com. The German city of Magdeburg was shaken by an attack from a Saudi immigrant. But Sky News, in its attempt to cover the attack, seemed more concerned with avoiding direct references to the perpetrator's beliefs rather than providing clarity on the events that led to the tragedy. Sky News's reporting on the attack has come under fire for its reluctance to delve into the background of the attacker. The outlet refrained from exploring the role that radicalized ideologies, including some linked to extremist interpretations of Islam, might have played in the perpetrator's motivations. Instead, Sky News opted for vague language, focusing more on the nature of the incident, rather than confronting the uncomfortable questions about how the assailant's beliefs may have influenced the attack. In its coverage, Sky News avoided direct references to the attacker's possible connection to radical Islamic ideologies or the implications of such beliefs on public safety in Europe. By underplaying this angle, Sky News painted a less nuanced picture of the motivations behind the violence. This failure to investigate and report comprehensively leaves viewers with a skewed narrative, one that obscures the larger patterns of extremist attacks that have plagued Christmas markets in recent years. It is a missed opportunity for responsible journalism to address the roots of such violence openly, especially when it may be tied to larger global issues of radicalization. As if the conservative approach to reporting on the attacker's background wasn't enough, Sky News also made a serious misstep in its portrayal of the protesters who gathered in the wake of the attack. The protests, which were primarily driven by concerns over security, immigration policies, and the rising number of attacks, were largely peaceful. However, Sky News made a conscious decision to frame the protesters as far-right thugs, undermining the legitimacy of their grievances. This loaded language is both misleading and damaging. While it is true that some protests have been infiltrated by far-right groups, the majority of the demonstrators were ordinary citizens concerned about their safety and the growing threat of terrorism. By focusing exclusively on the fringe elements, Sky News diverted attention away from the legitimate concerns of the broader protest movement. In doing so, the network misrepresents the public's fear and frustration, turning a complex issue into a political football. Moreover, this simplistic characterization of protesters as far-right feeds into the divisive political rhetoric that has plagued much of Europe in recent years. It shifts the conversation away from the real issues at hand: the safety of citizens, the effectiveness of counter-terrorism efforts, and the integration of immigrant communities. Sky News's decision to label a broad group of people in this way only further polarizes public opinion, turning a conversation about national security into a partisan battle. Sky News has an important responsibility to provide balanced and comprehensive coverage, especially when reporting on sensitive topics such as terrorism and public protests. The attacks at the Magdeburg Christmas market and the subsequent protests demand a nuanced approach. The media's role should be to inform, not to obscure facts or manipulate narratives for political or ideological purposes. In this instance, Sky News failed to meet that standard. Their refusal to openly address the potential connection between the attacker and extremist ideologies, coupled with their unfair and biased portrayal of protesters, has undermined their credibility. Instead of fostering an informed debate, they have chosen to simplify the narrative and reduce it to easily digestible soundbites that lack depth or substance. The public deserves better. They deserve a media that is willing to confront difficult truths and report on complex issues without fear or favor. Sky News has missed the mark here, and it's up to the public to hold them accountable for their inadequate and one-sided coverage. In other news, a woman has died after being set on fire while sleeping on a New York City subway train, with police arresting a suspect following the horrific attack. The incident occurred at around 7:30 a.m. on Sunday morning aboard a stationary F train at the Coney Island Stillwell Avenue subway station in Brooklyn. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch described it as one of the most depraved crimes one person could possibly commit against another human being. Officers discovered the woman fully engulfed in flames after noticing smoke and commotion on the platform during a routine patrol. Emergency medical personnel pronounced the unidentified woman dead at the scene after the fire was extinguished. Surveillance footage showed the suspect and victim were both riding the train early that morning, with no interaction between them. The attacker calmly approached the motionless woman, who appeared to be sleeping, and used what police believe was a lighter to ignite her clothing. Her clothes became fully engulfed in a matter of seconds, according to Commissioner Tisch. Police officers patrolling the station above the platform noticed smoke and rushed to investigate. An MTA worker assisted officers in extinguishing the flames, but they were unable to save the woman's life. The suspect remained at the scene after the attack, sitting on a bench on the platform outside the train car. Police later arrested a suspect after 3 high school students recognized him from widely distributed photographs and police body camera footage. The man was apprehended while riding another subway train, with officers finding a lighter in his pocket. Detectives from the NYPD said they do not believe the suspect and victim knew each other before the attack. New Yorkers came through again, Commissioner Tisch said, praising the teenagers who alerted authorities. Mayor Eric Adams expressed gratitude to the young New Yorkers and transit officers who stepped up to help our NYPD make a quick arrest. New York Governor Kathy Hochul has deployed National Guard members to the city's subway system to help police conduct random bag searches. Lastly, Prince Andrew was spotted alone near Windsor Castle on Sunday, after opting out of the royal family's Christmas celebrations at Sandringham amid the Chinese spy controversy. The Duke of York, 64, was photographed taking a solitary afternoon walk as he prepared to spend Christmas away from the main royal gathering. His decision to stay away from Sandringham follows recent headlines concerning his connections with alleged Chinese spy Yang Tengbo. The Duke will instead spend Christmas Day at Royal Lodge in Windsor Great Park, the home he continues to share with his ex-wife Sarah, Duchess of York, despite reported attempts by King Charles to evict them. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.